Hi Soul Family, Jenna Pinkstone, the Southern Oracle, signing on and syncing up with you on this beautiful fall day. I'm going to be sharing with all of you a psychic scrapbook that has been purchased by a client but is also intended for the collective. It is a tribute of that which connects us all, and if you find yourself looking at this video today, there is a message that is intended for you. So thank you for joining us, and let's begin. When merging with this auric field, I am summoned round a central table, a place of breaking bread, an assembly, but more casual than something that with that identification. However, there is important deliberation going on here. There are very salient topics of discussion and interface. Philosophical undertakings as a collective, as a family. And it is a gathering of souls that are coming from a multitude of differing trajectories, but they are recombining, I'm guided to say, recombining towards a central, it's funny, it's a centerpiece. They themselves are the centerpiece of a greater table. Kind of the unfoldment of the energies as they gather round a central point of intention to merge. And this centerpiece provides peace within each of our centers. There is nothing that is astronomical or galactic about this sacred space. It's a very humble, welcoming, and approachable place of interaction. However, it feels like, in an interesting way, it feels like the little hole in the wall establishment that is the safest place for enlightened masters to gather. That is what this space feels like. It feels imbued with an importance that precedes its outward external appearance, and that is absolutely by design. It works to the benefit of all that takes place here. For all of these masters that choose to gather within this sacred space, this approachable space, even to kind of just the passerby who does not know all that dwells within its walls. The welcoming nature is the very energetic energetic offering of the architecture here that allows for all that is brought to this table to unfold from the vast expanses of space and experience where those that visit here have dwelled. Those that frequent here have embarked upon. It provides a kind of a cubbyhole of magic, a place for all of these vastly different experiences and observations and offerings that are brought from the world over and beyond, for them all to gather in a centralized location that bears no pomp or circumstance, no inflated ego to boast of all that it beholds. It is a neutralized, sacred space by which all can bring that which they share and feel of equal value to one another. And all of those that visit here, all of those that dwell within this space that is your auric field, within this architecture that houses that of the most profound gem-like sequences of spirit that weave their ribbons through the fabric of the tablecloth. There is not much need for movement across the world over, for this beautiful space could exist in its majesty anywhere on earth. And those that travel galactically, cosmically, out into the depths of the oceans of space and time and extrasensory understanding, they all trickle their wisdom into the wellspring that is this beautiful hearth aside, this important table of assembly. For if this space did not exist, each of these cosmic beings that gather here now would be comets and quasars, just shining their light and covering their vast expanses independent of one another, bringing them together and weaving them among one another upon the quilt of greater understanding that warms us in this humble cottage of feeling like we have arrived home. The sacred space is a house of refuge, a cottage that could be nestled in the woods or tucked between the dunes on a beach. I see it in all of these locations, both remote and populated, but it imbues the same glowing hue of love, a frequency that can be tapped into by those that seek it and might go unnoticed by those that don't. The warm glow, the light in the window of acknowledgement, even down to the welcome mat at the door, also unassuming in how it is situated to greet those that approach. And when the door opens and I am led inside, what awaits me there is it's an unassumingness. It's a welcomingness. It's almost like, kind of like King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, where, yes, one of them is a king, and these other knights have varying degrees and varying levels and ratings of seniority and hierarchy that is all very established and stratified on the external plane from this sacred space. But within these walls and aside this hearth, when sitting as a guest at this table and breaking bread with those that join you, all of that is dissolved in a sense. And the existence of each beautiful offering, both on the table and around, can be enjoyed equally by all. This neutralizing point is a gift. It is a pooling of energy and a safe haven for it to dwell. And those that are, gosh, it almost feels like a place that if those that knew that had not been there, what it had to behold for them, it would be expected that a VIPs only, invites only, would apply. That is how special this experience, I mean, how incredible and out of this world what it's going to do for you after one visit here. But that is not the air of what it chooses to share. This auric field is different. For that would kind of sully the entire sequence that it seeks to uphold. Its reason for existence would be tarnished. And so it's kind of one of those funny little ditties of life, in a way, that you think that value is not being ascribed in the portion that seems fair. However, the wealth that it beholds is far greater, far more vast than the depth of any wealthy man's pockets. The concept of wealth is deeply explored here, and what one holds dear. And I'm shown even
a quilt that is passed down through the generations as an heirloom of beauty and art and collaboration of souls that have contributed to it throughout the lives of so many sufferings and loves and children and lives lived. This quilt has witnessed, has endured, has experienced, and holds the essence of it all within the fibers it is woven of. This quilt hangs upon the wall, and the tablecloth drapes around the edges, and the fire lights the room. And this scene is set to welcome us to sit at this table and to share what it is we have brought with us, and to open ourselves to something more, greater than the summation of each of the individual parts that lie before us and that join us.
Thank you for attuning to this psychic scrapbook of sorts, a process I call an Oracle Wisdom Journey, which was made possible by a client whose auric field I merged with my own extrasensory perspective. I am Jenna Pinkstone, the Southern Oracle, and I look forward to interfacing with you on southernoracleeye.com and on Patreon, where a soul family is reuniting to help build a more extrasensory world. Please like this video and subscribe for future Oracle offerings.